What's up, and welcome to another edition of Path Minutes. And today I am here to tell you that you are simply not that important. And neither am I. Now, why am I delivering that message? It's because we are typically the center of our own universe, right? We are in our heads constantly. There's a whole mental game that goes in each of our heads daily, constantly, that no one else realizes is going on, but yet we're all doing it simultaneously. And this can be a real motherfucker because you start playing out scenarios. You make these little mental movies and you simply scare the shit out of yourself. We play the worst case scenario card constantly. When you think of that new thing you really want to do, it gets you out of your comfort zone and it scares you. When you feel that fear, you know that's the thing that you should do. That's what's going to move you forward. That is what's going to make you grow, and that's what's going to make you learn. But then that mental movie comes in and we play out what's going to happen. And next thing you know, we stay stagnant and we never do that thing we wanted. That girl or guy that you wanted to ask out. That improv class you wanted to take. That art you wanted to create. Whether it be music, painting, drawing, a podcast, a movie, whatever that may be, we're so scared of what the other people are going to think, right? And that's what's centered around the message of you are not that important. Because here's the thing. When you play those scenarios and it goes to, oh my God, the worst case, and I'm going to die at the end, and you actually go ahead and do that thing. So you ask out that girl or you share that project with people. Does it ever come close to that worst case scenario? It never does. I am someone who has fell victim to doing this so many times to myself, over and over for years. And I've grown a ton in that department, but I still struggle with it. But now I do things constantly to work on it, mindset work, and it does a huge boost in my confidence to move forward. And I can reflect back on releasing the podcast. And here's the thing. So you create some sort of art and then you post that on Instagram, Facebook, whatever that platform you choose. And you are terrified of what people are going to think. Take a moment and think when you're going through your Instagram or Facebook and you see someone that you went to college with and they put their creation out there, their blog, whatever it may be, or piece of art. What happens usually? You sit there, you look for a second, you're like, oh, that's awesome. Or sometimes maybe you think, not the best thing I've ever seen. And then you move on. If it really strikes you, then you reach out to that person and say, it's awesome. So think of that on the other end. Most people are just going to be going by and they're not even going to pay much attention to it. And the people that matter, they're going to connect with it. And sure, there are assholes in this world. And there will be people who are going to talk shit. But guess what? They talk shit for 1 second to somebody and then they move on. Who cares about them? And here's the thing. If you are doing something that does not cause people to talk shit, you're probably not doing anything worthwhile anyways. Because most people, if they are talking bad about what you've done, it's usually coming from a place of envy or something along those lines. Because they wish they had the guts to actually go pursue it. So they put you down to make themselves feel better about themselves. Screw them. Who cares about them? The only people you're going to hear from are people you connect with and connected with what you did. Those are the people that matter. And for the majority of people, it's going to be a quick thing that they go by and that's it. And the people who talk bad, it's a real quick message to one of their friends and then they move on because you're not that important. And the only way you become important is if you keep putting out something that keeps hitting home with someone, and then you become important in a good way to them. So next time you want to do that thing, right now, whatever that next step is you want to take to better yourself, do something new, learn and grow, and you play that dumbass mental scenario that we all do, say, screw you. I know it's not going to turn out that way. I know this is going to let me learn, grow, build new connections, open doors for myself, and be a positive experience. Say that in your head. Little things like that make a huge difference. And to wrap up this Path Minutes, there was a quote. I either read it or listened to it on another podcast, but it went along the lines of this. Whoever the speaker was or author said, in your 20s, you constantly worry about what other people think of you. In your 30s, you stop giving a shit about what others think. And in your 40s, you realized the other people never gave a shit in the first place. And that is such a hilarious but true and awesome statement and notion to think about. Is we get so caught up thinking about what others think and, oh my God, what's going to happen? No one really cares that much because you're not that important and neither am I. So just go for it. Put yourself out there. Feel the fear and follow that fear and overcome it and do something awesome. That is my message for today. Thank you for listening. Have some awesome content coming up. I am so pumped for some of these interviews and cannot wait to share them with you. If you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're listening to. iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Very easy, one click. And with that, I will say have a great weekend and I will see you next week.